I want to credit Florida State Coach Ham first. I've been down here quite a bit. I was an assistant at Wake Forest for a long time and have so much respect for what he's built here and made Florida State a national power in basketball. I think I know a lot of their staff, and to see kind of the edge that their team has this year, coming off of an Elite Eight, you could just kind of sense and tell that there's no satisfaction in what they did last year. They're really driven to be special and to charge toward a Final Four, and I believe they're capable of that. Get a lot of respect for how hard he gets his kids to play, how disciplined they are, how well schooled. They do a phenomenal job. I think that last 8 minutes, they just the cumulative effect of their pressure, their ball pressure, just their length and athleticism out in the passing lanes, sped us up a little bit too much. I think when we made the big run, we were making better decisions. We'd only turned the ball over one time in the first 12 minutes of the half, and then I think we turned the ball over 9 times in the last 8 minutes, and that's when it kind of unraveled a little bit. And that's a credit to them. That's a credit to their intensity on the defensive end, speeding us up and turning us over. I think that was the difference in the game.
It's a matter of Florida State having too much height, too much depth, too much experience.
I mean, they're Noah's Ark, man. They got 2 of everything. they got a lot of everything. They're good. They got pros. They got NBA prospects. They're long, athletic, physical. They play together and play very team-oriented basketball. But that's their deal defensively. They really wanted to try to disrupt us and pressure us, and I'm sure a big part of their game plan was trying to negate our three-point game, our ability to shoot threes. And we had 23 attempts. I wish we had 33 attempts. They made that very, very difficult, especially in the first half. They were really staying locked onto our shooters, and it allowed us to have kind of a little bit of fool's gold at the rim, if you will. Like, we were scoring at the rim because they were so locked on. And then I think in the second half, they just kind of went back to who they are, and that's a team that challenges every single shot at the rim. And we, I think, especially late, probably that last 8 minutes, we probably had 4 or 5 block shots at the rim, instead of taking what the defense gives us and finding the open 3 on the spray. We continue to go in there and try to score on 7'9" guys.
What adjustments did you make that did kind of enable that early second half run and getting some of the open looks from 3 that y'all would like to have?
Well, I think the big thing is what I said. We had better ball security. We didn't turn it over. I think our movement, our cutting was better. We were able to loosen them up a little bit and get some ball reversals, and we were just making sound plays. And we were getting stops, and that's a big part of it. I think that first 10 minutes, I thought our kids did a much better job with our nastiness on the defensive end, and instead of taking the ball out of the net, we're taking the ball off the backboard that allows us to get out in transition, which is kind of what we are. One of the fastest paced teams in the country, but we're faster and we're more dangerous when we can get stopped. So I think our defense picked up, our kids did a really, really good job of defending, and then we took care of the ball. I think those were the 2 things that allowed us to make that big run and get back in the game.
At what point did you know Nick wasn't going to play, and then how did your game plan kind of adjust from there?
He hurt his ankle in our last game, and has worked really hard since then to try to get back, and it's kind of going to be a game time thing. And he this morning he came over and tried to shoot a little bit, and he was just still real gingerly, and we just didn't want to risk it. So, an hour before the game or so, we had a pretty good idea that he probably wasn't going to play. But it is. I mean, that's why you have 13 guys on scholarship. The old next man up thing. I mean, that's how it is. And this grind of the next 2 months for Florida State, the ACC, and for us in the Big South, is tons of ups and downs. And you're going to have sprained ankles and chapped lips and a hangnail and some. There's going to be all kind of stuff going on. Other guys got to step up, and I was proud of our guys today because we had guys that did that. Charles Falden hasn't played a lot to this point in the season, came in and had 15 points. Their kid, MJ Walker, who's a phenomenal player, goes down and Kofor comes in and bangs 3 threes in the first half. I mean, that's why it's credit to Coach Ham. You know, he keeps all those guys on board, happy, because it's hard with 13 scholarship guys. You can only have 5 guys on the floor, and 6 through 13, you know, want to be in the starting lineup. And 5 wants to the 5th guy in the starting lineup wants to be the guy that's getting the second most shots, and the 4th guy in the starting lineup wants to be the. It's just how it is. You know, it's just managing all those things as part of coaching. That's why Coach Ham's had so much success for so long, because he recruits really good players, and they coach the crap out of them. Have a ton of respect for his program, his staff, his players. And they have respect in the college coaching fraternity too. I mean, you know they're going to get guys, so there's a fear in recruiting. I mean, I recruited against them when I was in the ACC. They don't have Cameron Indoor Stadium to sell. I mean, they used to be the Leon County Civic Center, and it's not the same, but like they get dudes, and then they coach them up. They play the right way. They play discipline. They play hard. It's become one of the best college basketball programs in the country. I think, like I said, a Final Four contender this year.
What do you think, just talking about Florida State compared to when you were at Wake Forest, what do you think maybe is different about this year compared to some of the previous editions?
I think what I said was you can just tell an edge. You can just tell. I mean, they're a veteran group, man. They got some older, mature guys that I just sense that they're not satisfied. I mean, you know, going to an Elite 8 in Elite 8 last year, they should be throwing ticker tape parades in downtown Tallahassee for what they're accomplishing here. It just seems like they got a bunch with blinders on that are focused on doing something really, really special. So I guess they've got to the program to the point where they're not satisfied, and you can just tell they have that edge. I mean, they've had great players back in the day too. Tony Douglas, Von Wafer. I mean, I'm missing a bunch of other guys too. But it's a very talented group, and I just think they're pretty complete. They don't have a lot of weaknesses.
Everybody all set? Coach, thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Happy New Year, Coach.
Yeah, same to you guys.
Thanks, Coach, for coming.